Hello to all my Tingle fans, and welcome back to Only Tingles ASMR. Today's video is going to be a first for the channel, kind of a new video. One of my hobbies and passions is opening cards. Since I was young, I've played baseball and I've played Pokemon, so I've always kind of just been into Pokemon cards, baseball cards for a little bit when I was younger, and then I've gotten a little bit more into it recently as well. But today we're going to be opening some packs of baseball cards from Panini Donruss. This set is a little bit interesting. I will talk about, if anyone right off the bat is into the sports cards, they might know what makes this set a little bit interesting. And as always, I will have some hard candies, so get those good mouth sounds going. But yeah, with that, I will start to get into it. So let me get one of these hard candies going. Center this off a little bit. These are always so hard to get out of the wrapper. Okay, got it. So, get that out of the way there. So, I've already opened a few packs from this box, as you'll see. But something I wanted to kind of talk about. So, most companies, when they release sports cards, they have a couple different types of boxes of packs of cards. So this is a box of cards, right? And this is 8 cards per pack, 24 packs per box. So the different boxes will have different numbers of packs. Some might have 8, some might have 24, some might have 6, some might have 1. All different price points. They also, some packs will guarantee autographs or memorabilia cards. Memorabilia cards are a little bit different. I'll explain that in a minute with this set, but basically, you've got what they call jumbo hobby boxes. Now, I'll kind of go from order from most expensive to least expensive. So the websites like Topps, Panini, Fleer, whoever makes sports cards or whoever has made sports cards, when they go up for sale on the website, you can buy exclusive boxes that are on their website only. Those are hobby and jumbo hobby. So jumbo hobby boxes, depends on, the pricing is going to change depending on the set. Things are getting more expensive just as, inflation, time goes on, right? But a jumbo hobby box could be like $400 to $500. You're going to get a ton of packs. You're going to be guaranteed what they call case hits, or not case hits, but really good cards, good hits, like autographs, memorabilia cards. Under the jumbo hobby, they have hobby boxes, which this is actually a hobby box from Panini. Going to be a little bit smaller, a couple less packs. You're still going to get quite a few good hits. And then they have what they call our mega boxes, which are smaller than this. Might guarantee 1 autograph or memorabilia, maybe 2. And then you have what's called a value box, which is much smaller. You might get 6 boosters, and you're not really guaranteed any good hits. You absolutely still can. You can get cool autograph cards. You can get, and this is goes for everything. Sports cards are very cool. You can get autographs. You can get pieces of a jersey, a baseball bat, a glove, you name it, inside of a card. Might also have the autograph with the player. It's really cool. So typically the higher, more expensive ones you buy, you're more likely to get some of those nicer cards. And as you go down the ranks, you're less and less likely to get some really cool cards. So that's kind of just in general, and it's a very high level. I'm not going super in depth with that. but at a high level, kind of how the hobby works. Now, this set is interesting. So, if anyone is familiar with Topps, Topps has been making sports cards for a very long time. I think it was last year before. So, Topps now, and let me just say there are a bunch of different companies that make cards, right? This is one, Panini. There's Topps. There's a bunch of different ones. Topps has the exclusive rights with the MLB to the MLB players. So these cards are interesting because they do not have the team names. Like, they have the exclusive contract with the MLB, so they can say players' names, they can say the city that they're from, but it can't say the team name or their jersey. And you'll see it's kind of like edited out. So kind of a funky thing. That's why these cards are typically not as popular. Some of them are still very cool, and some of them are still worth money. If you're just a fan and like you just want to have some packs to open because they're fun and you like to open packs, this is your way to go, because typically these don't sell out very quickly. People don't try to resell them on the on eBay or at their local card shop. They're not going to be marked up. So this one for me is just kind of fun because you can get some cool cards, not as expensive as the other ones. So yeah, just a little bit of a unique thing with this case, or this set. But I do have quite a few cards from Topps. I do like Topps a lot. What I was saying was Topps has the rights with the MLB teams. I think next year they also have the rights to the NFL, and they may already have the rights to the NBA. So I think they're kind of like just running the board now. The other companies still make cards. They just can't. They can't put like the logos of the teams of that sport on their cards. So it's kind of an interesting thing with this. So as I said, I already been opening these. What I wanted to get through this box of cards before I get to the next one. So the one other thing I actually wanted to clarify. So because Topps has the rights to the MLB teams, there's a difference between, you'll see sometimes memorabilia card or what they'll call a relic. So memorabilia is typically more associated. Unfortunately, it's kind of like they call them like napkin cards or cloth cards. Basically, when you're in Topps, more often than not, if you get a Topps card that has a memorabilia or like a relic, it's going to be a game worn. Like, they took it from a jersey that player wore during a game. For these, unfortunately, because they don't have the rights, they put a piece of jersey in the card, but it's not from a game. Like, it's not game worn because they don't have the rights with the MLB. So it's kind of random. It's just like a piece of jersey, like from who knows where, that they just cut and put into the. So it's not a true relic or memorabilia card. Those are unfortunately now with Topps. So, not unfortunately, but like just for our case here, we're not going to get any that were actually worn by the player. The one other thing that I'll talk about with this is it's a whole world of sports cards and all that. Different sets focus on different things. So you might have a set that focuses primarily on like minor league players or young players. You might have a set that's just specifically for retired players. Usually it's a mix of active players and rookie players. There's some sets that are kind of fun, and they just did a collab with Bob Ross, the painter, who's I know is very, very well established in this community, right? I really try to get one of those boxes at retail. They're unfortunately selling for $500 right now, which I love those cards. I mean, they retailed for $350. So I mean, yes, it's only $150 more, but still, like, I don't know that I want to spend that much more on a box of cards. I'm hoping the price does come down a little bit on eBay, because the scalpers unfortunately got to it and bought a bunch of them. So the day after, there was like 300 boxes of these things on eBay, and they thankfully have been sitting there. People aren't paying them, so I'm paying the price. So I'm hopeful the prices come down. But they do fun sets like that where they partner with Bob Ross. There's some like cartoon style cards, like you name it. So this set, I think it's a 200 card set, so I think there's 200 cards total. There's a mix of current players, rookies, and then retired players. So that's cool. And then there was one other thing I wanted to say about that, and I lost my train of thought. It's okay. I might remember. But anyway, this one guarantees 3 autographs or memorabilia cards. I pulled 1 memorabilia card. I'm hoping for some autograph cards because those are typically going to be like a little more valuable if you're looking for value, because those memorabilia cards are not real game-worn jerseys, right? Because those belong to Topps. So let's get into this and open a few of them. I'll kind of talk through maybe some of the players and the cards as well. There are certain players in each set that you kind of target. They're called like chase cards, if you will. If you're looking to sell your collection or individual cards, you want some of the more popular players that are more sought after by collectors. I kind of just do this for fun. So I buy these packs just to have to open sometimes. But for my personal collection, I'll usually just go looking for individual cards, trying to buy boxes and boxes of cards to find like a really nice card that you like want for yourself or you want to maybe sell. It's just pretty difficult to do that. So if you're someone that just wants to build a collection of like players you like, so I'm a Dodgers fan. I've talked about that on this channel, obviously with the Dodger hat collection videos. But I just buy some individual cards of Dodgers players. It's a little more cost effective than buying a bunch of boxes and hoping you get something good. So open this one here. Okay. So the first one here, this is Jimmy Rollins. So he was a shortstop for the Phillies. However, he also played for my Dodgers towards the end of his career. Really good player. Switch hitter, decent defensive shortstop, I think, when he was younger in his career. Kind of fell off a little bit defensively as he got older, which I think is natural. I'm kind of noticing some scratches on the card, so that's not great. I think they've talked about all cards have, or all card manufacturers have some defects, unfortunately, on their cards, but you kind of just have to deal with it. But if you can tell, you can't really see, but normally you'd see the Phillies logo, the Phillies team name, right across his chest there on his jersey. But because what I was saying about Topps having the rights to the MLB, they can't do that. So let me move this to the side. Okay. So there's one other thing that's annoying, a little annoying with these Panini Donruss cards, and you'll see it as soon as I take the Jimmy Rollins card. So if you notice, this card is flipped upside down. So every other card in this set is flipped upside down. It's a little annoying. I think it just has to do with the way they cut their cards for whatever reason, but kind of just is what it is. So Jeff Bagwell was a really good first baseman for the Houston Astros. I think he might be in the Hall of Fame. If not, he's close. I don't remember. I think he had quite a career. I mean, we can just look at the back and check his numbers. I think he almost had 500 home. I think he did have 500 home runs. No, 449 career home runs, 408 on base percentage, 540 slugging. I mean, that's pretty good. Only right-handed batter to have 4,000 total bases and a 400 on base percentage with just one team. Yeah, I don't know if he's in the Hall of Fame, but he's close. In a really long, solid career. So, Jeff Bagwell. I'll flip it back again. So this is Yadier Molina, one of the better catchers in the history of the game, at least defensively. He had a couple years, I think, where he was a pretty good hitter, but was always really known for just his defensive prowess, throwing guys out, running for second, picking players off. St. Louis Cardinals. I think he spent his entire career with the Cardinals as well. One thing with most of these sets as well, when you're doing collecting cards, the first like 5, 6, depending on like how many cards are in each pack, are going to be like your base or just like kind of common cards. And then when you get to like card 6 or 7, you'll start seeing some of the more rare ones. So let's see, Yadier Molina, Ricky Henderson. So Ricky Henderson, definitely a Hall of Fame player. I'm almost positive he's in the Hall of Fame. He was a very unique combination of speed and power. I don't think he had a ton of power like some of the traditional power hitters, but he used to steal a ton of bases. Let's see. Yeah, 300 home runs just about. He had 1,406 career steals, 401 OBP, 419 slugging. I'm pretty sure he's in the Hall of Fame. Never forgot the days you were born. No, it doesn't say anything about Hall of Fame on the back. I do like Ricky Henderson because he also, and there's more scratches on this card, he also, towards the end of his career, played with the Dodgers for a minute. And he was really cool. So I remember when I was really young and my dad and I went to one of the games we sat pretty close in left field, and he was playing left field at the time. He was one of the first players that I ever saw like actively kind of talking to the fans. It was really cool. Somebody asked him if he wanted a Dodger dog. He's like, oh, I can't eat right now. Like, I'm playing the game. And then they're like, oh, what about a beer? And he's like, no, I can't drink on game days. He was really cool. He was totally just engaging with the fans that were sitting near near left field. So that was cool. All right, let's see what we got. So this is Miguel Tejada. Typically, when a card is flipped upside down, you're hoping that it's like a big hit. It's a rare card. It's got an autograph. One thing I didn't tell you before we get into it, and this one, I think there's a couple here, but you'll see. Cards there are things with sports cards called parallels. So you've seen so far, all these cards are just like this basic white border. They have parallels where like it's a different color, or maybe the player's like a holographic, or some kind of weird design feature. They're called parallels. Some of them are more rare than others. I mean, what you're looking for is a card that like has a cool parallel, and it's usually numbered. So when you get a card that's numbered, meaning like it's they only made like 50 of that card, or 75, or 150. So it's pretty rare. There's only like 50 of those cards that have been printed. So those are kind of what you're looking for if you're talking about like trying to find value with your cards. I mean, I mostly do this for fun. I've pulled a bunch of these cards, so I might be able to build the whole set, but yeah, if you're looking for someone, or if somebody's looking to kind of get value, you want like a numbered card. So let's see what we got here. Miguel Tejada. So you can kind of see this one's a little bit more like a holographic vibe. So I think this is just called their optic parallel. And there's so many different names for parallels and styles of cards. I forget all of them. There's just so many. So, but this one is just a basic optic, which is cool. Miguel Tejada. He was I think he started his career in Oakland. Yeah, if anyone's seen that movie Moneyball, I believe he was featured in that movie. He was a shortstop on that team. Yeah, really good shortstop, defensively as well. Yeah, I think he ended up playing for Baltimore, and I think that was all. I don't think he played for more than one team. This is a great card that I'm going to talk about in a minute. I'm pretty stoked on this. Let's see. 300 career home runs, 336 OBP. Yeah, I don't think he's quite going to be a Hall of Fame player, but he had some nice career numbers, especially for a shortstop. Now this one, if this is numbered, I don't know that it is. I think this is just a regular insert, but I could be wrong. So Nick Kurtz is currently like the hottest name in terms of rookies in baseball. He plays for the Oakland Athletics. He just got called up this year and has been an on an absolute tear. He actually just recently, I think a few weeks ago, hit 4 home runs in a game and almost hit 5, which has never been done before. So I think only like 20 or 21 other players have ever hit 4 home runs in a single game in the history of baseball. He's the first rookie ever to do it. So he has been playing really well. This card, I think it's just a basic insert, which it's just a fun, insert cards are like special like fun cards that they put into these sets that are different from the base but not like super rare. They can be because they also have parallel versions that are colored or numbered, but because he's so hot, I think this card still might be worth something. So I'm actually gonna put a sleeve on this, but before I do that, let me get another hard candy. So I'm gonna look into this card in a minute and see if it's worth anything. But kind of a fun insert. Diamond marbles, like a fiery background, kind of a cartoon vibe, which is cool. We'll leave that one right there. And then James Tibbs is currently a minor leaguer. Kind of a fan now because he was on the San Francisco Giants, which is actually one of the Dodgers' rivals. He got traded to the Red Sox about a month ago, and then about a week ago got traded to the Dodgers. So within a month and a half, he got traded to 2 different teams. But he's on the Dodgers now in their minor league system, so definitely rooting for this guy, James Tibbs. And the last one here, Griff O'Farrell. This is a young prospect in Baltimore system. I don't really know much about him. He seems young. He's only had 1 minor league season, 2024. So, okay. So that was the first pack. Let me actually put this one optic card over here as well. I'll put the base cards down here. Somewhat rare cards. I'll put the nicer ones on the left here. Alright, let's get another pack here. I'm still looking for 2 more of the autograph or relic cards in this video, or in this box. Let's see what we got here. Mike Piazza. So, this one's cool. It's a cool looking card up there. I think there's a colored numbered card. I can see it. Be nice if I had an autograph on it. Mike Piazza, I think he's on his way to the Hall of Fame. He was a catcher for the Dodgers for a very long time. I grew up, he was like a little before my time. Like he played on the team and I was watching. I didn't watch baseball daily like I do now. But he was a great catcher for the Dodgers, unfortunately. I can't remember if he signed as a free agent or if we traded him, but we traded him to the New York Mets, and most people kind of associate him with the Mets now, but I do like that this is a Los Angeles one, so I've already pulled a card of this, so I have this in my personal collection just to keep, because I try to keep as many Dodger players as I can. Michael Young. Texas, I think he started off as a second baseman, or a shortstop. Shifted to second base, third base a little bit. Nice little hitter. He was more of a contact on base percentage guy. Never hit for too much power, I don't believe. Yeah, 185 home runs, 300 career average. I could be wrong, but I think he played a year with the Dodgers too, like towards the end of his career, 1 or 2 years. I feel like he did. I think he signed with us. I can't remember though. Jim Thome. I feel like I've said this a bunch of times, but he also played with the Dodgers towards the end of his career. But Jim Thome started his career with the Cleveland Indians, and he was one of the all-time great power hitters. I believe he's got 500 home runs for sure. Oops. Yeah, 612. That's up there in terms of all-time home runs. But yeah, he started his career in Cleveland and then was traded to, I believe, Philadelphia. And I think most people associate him with Philly. He had a couple really, really good years in Cleveland, but I think most people associate him with Philadelphia. Made his way to the Twins at some point, I believe, and then the Dodgers. They can't really show the teams, I don't think, or the years on the back because of that MLB licensing issue. So it just has their career numbers on Topps baseball cards, which we'll open on this channel at some point. It usually shows year-by-year stats instead of just their entire career. Okay. So this one we've got like a little bit of a kind of shiny parallel here. I think it's just a rainbow parallel. Hurston Waldrop, he is a pitching prospect for the Atlanta Braves. I think he's pretty good. I don't know where he ranks, but I think he's up there. We've got a numbered card, I believe, coming next, so hopefully that's a good player, but let's flip this over first. He played a little bit. He played a little bit already with Atlanta. Looks like he got called up last year. Didn't have a great couple innings, only pitched 7 innings, but I think he's still a prospect in their system. This one's Owen Casey. I'm not too familiar with him. This might be numbered. Let's check the back. Oh, wow. Well, we got a hit here in a second. Oh yeah, this is numbered to 199, so that's kind of cool. 199, Owen Casey. Chicago prospect. He's in AAA. Some good power numbers last year. I don't know if he's a super highly rated prospect, but we'll want to sleeve this. But this one, this looks like it might be a card set, Signature Series Blue of Braylon Morrell. So I don't know if this is a good player, but this is a redemption card. So we have to go and look at this card and see if this is worth something. But that could be a hit. I don't know that prospect off the top of my head. I don't know if that's a 1 of 1 card or a 1 of 5. I don't know. I have to look into this. But first, let me sleeve up this Owen. So, yeah, this one's numbered to 199. So ideally, you know, if you're looking for value, we're trying to sell your cards. You want something numbered lower. You want something numbered like 50 or lower, 25 or lower. The more rare, the better. So this one, there's only 199 of these cards that ever got printed. So hopefully he's a good prospect, or hopefully he ends up becoming a good player, because in that case, this card might be worth a little bit more. Typically, this set, Panini, Donruss, isn't worth nearly as much because people just prefer Topps, right? They have the rights, so like you don't have the players, like the jersey name or anything like that. So, but this one I'm excited about. So, Braylon Morrell. So I haven't actually, and this might sound, I don't know, funny. I'm a collector. I've got back into it, but I have not gotten redemption cards. So sometimes certain cards that are like a little more valuable or rare, they don't insert into the actual set. You have to reach out and they ship it to you. So this is pretty cool. We got a signature card of Braylon Morrell. I'm hopeful that he's a very good upcoming player. I'm not super familiar with all the minor league prospects. I kind of learn of them once they make a lot of noise or they get called up. But that could be worth something. I'm gonna look. I'll probably put it in the description of the video after, but I will look to see how much this card might be worth, and I will put it in the description after. And the last two cards, Jet Williams and Drew Gilbert. The last two cards of these sets are usually prospects or rookies. I'm not super familiar with either of these guys. It looks like one's a Mets player and one's a Yankees player. They both say New York, so I'm not sure. This just kind of looks like Yankees uniform, and this kind of looks like Mets colors, but they could both be Mets. Not great minor league numbers for either of them, so they could be very young, though. They could be 19, 18, who knows. Okay. I don't know, I'm feeling it after we got that signature card. Should we open up one more? See what else we get. So here are our hits so far. Gotta look that one up. Let's do one more pack. Oh, this one feels thick. So this might have a relic in here. Those memorabilia cards. But also, one thing Panini does to thwart people from trying to, because sometimes people will just sell these packs loose. They will put fake little inserts that actually look like this. They're like thick, to try to trick people so they can't just feel the cards, the packs, and be like, oh yeah, this is a thick pack. There's got to be a jersey card or something in there. So they kind of put those inserts in to fake people out. Let's do this last set. There's definitely something thick in there if you see it, but I think it might be just an insert. Yeah, you see? what I'm talking about? It's an insert card. Okay, Brooks Lee, he is currently playing for the Minnesota Twins. Pretty young. I think he was a rookie this year. And he had, he played a little bit last year with the Twins. Did not have a great year. But yeah, he's young, hasn't really played much yet. Buster Posey, one of the Dodgers' nemesises. He was a great catcher for the San Francisco Giants. I think he called his career short a little bit. I think he retired pretty young. He started to deal with some injury issues, but he was an incredible catcher. Defensively, was a great hitter. He is one of the guys, so Giants and Dodgers have a pretty respectful rivalry. I always really enjoyed Buster Posey. I think he was just a great ball player, played the game the right way. He's a guy that you could like even though he was on your team's your rival team, just like the way he went about his business. So it's a cool card. I actually have a friend who is a Giants fan, and I happened to pull one of those numbered Buster Posey cards the other night, so I'm going to give this one to him. This one's numbered to 250, so I'm going to give that to my buddy when I see him this weekend. Okay, we got Tony Perez here. He was a first baseman for the Red Sox. I feel like, I want to say he played for the New York Mets too. I can't remember, but he's retired. He's an older player. Don't think he's a Hall of Famer. I think he had a nice career, but not a Hall of Fame career. Yeah, 379 home runs, 341 on-base percentage, 463 slugging. He played a long time, but don't think he made it to the Hall of Fame. Junior Caminero, he is, I think he was a rookie last year for the Tampa Bay Rays. He is having a great year this year. Good player, plays third base, shortstop. I think he's primarily a shortstop right now. Let's see, this might be a good card. I hope it's a good card. I will talk about it in a second. Yeah, he played a couple games last year, 43 games last year for the Rays. Didn't do great, but he's had a nice little season this year. So for these young players, it might take them a year or two to adjust to major league pitching. Okay, Luis Angel Acuna is a top prospect. He's one of the better prospects in baseball. A lot of people are chasing his cards right now. I'm hoping this is a nice parallel when we flip it over, that it's numbered to like 50 or lower. It could just be a regular parallel, but this would be a nice hit if it had a good number. I think it's just a regular parallel, but that's okay. It's still a cool card. So we'll probably sleeve that one up. This one I like because I am a Dodger fan, and this is the Dodgers. He is our top hitting prospect, or was. So we called him up. So The Dodgers have a great catcher who is on his way, I think, to going into the Hall of Fame if he doesn't get injured and keeps hitting and sustaining his success. So it's an issue because the Dodgers' best hitter is their catcher, or best minor league prospect is a catcher. They called him up, and right now he's backing up our like incredible catcher. But we really would love to have him get more at bats, maybe in the outfield and left field. They had tried him out in left field for a little bit in the minors, so TBD if that's gonna happen. But I love this. I'm gonna keep this for my personal collection for sure. I don't think this is numbered, but still, it's a cool card. Bomb Squad. So you'll notice their inserts are kind of like, you know, with the Marvels and this one, they're kind of like cartoony kind of theme. So this is a cool card. This is definitely going to go in my personal collection. Here's that thick insert I was telling you about to like trick people so they don't just try to feel for the thicker cards. And they got a Jared Thomas prospect. Don't know much about him, but he's in Colorado system. He's played 1 year at single A last year. Had a nice couple games. He must have got drafted last year and only played a few games, but he's got a nice little start to his career. And then Bryce Cunningham, looks like he's a Yankees prospect. Oh, selected by the second round in New York. Yeah, didn't pitch last year though, looks like, so maybe he had an injury, but yeah, nice. Well, that's the video for today, guys. Pretty cool. We got some nice little hits. I mean, this one's cool for my personal collection here. Nick Kurtz, I'm gonna see, it's a base card, base insert, but he's a great player, so that might be worth something. Might even hold on to that. Got a numbered card there, and this one's cool. This is the signature card that I have to redeem and get mailed to me, but I'm hoping this is a pretty good prospect, and the blue series is hopefully numbered, so we'll see. I'm gonna go look into that, like I said, and I'll put this on the description. So as always, guys, I hope this video gave you some great tingles. Please comment, like, subscribe, all that great stuff, and we'll see you on the next video.